And welcome. Just welcome yourself to the mat. And scanning the physical body, noticing any tension around the eyes, the mouth, any gripping around the scalp. Just start to see where you're holding tension. Maybe it's through the chest. How are you today? What are you coming with today? What is presenting for you physically? Do you have a bum out shoulder? Are you feeling a little achy in your hips? Do you have a headache? Did you drink too much, eat too much? Like, what are you coming with today? We're not judging it or criticizing it. We're just, what are you bringing to the mat this morning? Scanning the physical head and then the shoulders and then the torso, the back, the hips, just scanning the whole body, the knees, the ankles. What's going on? What do you notice? What is the emotional body this morning? What is your feeling? So sometimes we answer that by saying, I feel good or I feel bad. See if you can swim below judgment, right? Below the judginess of how you're feeling. What is the feeling? Do you feel tired? Do you feel heavy, worried? Do you feel light and joyful, grateful, sad? The same way we scanned our physical body, we're scanning the emotional body, we're labeling it. We're pulling apart the disappointment versus frustrated versus irritated. What is it that you're feeling? I'll be quiet here for 5 more breaths. What are you presenting emotionally? What are you showing up with today? How do I feel? What am I feeling right now? And if you're feeling a lot of stuff and you're having a hard time, maybe you're feeling overwhelmed. So let's take some time. What are you feeling? And then for the final journaling question here, what do you need? What do you need from this practice today? How do you want to feel when we leave? So starting to settle in on that sankalpa, that mantra, that 1 or 2 word phrase. Why are you here this morning or whenever you're watching this? What do you need from this session today, from this flow? When you feel that you have it, let's bring our palms to touch, thumbs against the heart. And we're just going to take a big exhale here. So inhale, think of the sankalpa, think of that mantra, and exhale. Send it out to the universe. Send it out to all of us. Inhale again, think of the mantra. Maybe open your mouth. Send out that wish, that intention. One more big inhale. Very, very nice. Beautiful. Releasing the hands. Lean back and flip your feet. Good. Okay. We're going to take our arms, release the hands to the knees, hold on to the knees, and just find some cat-cow, just pulling back and forward. So we're just moving the ribs, pulling back and forward and back, forward. Good morning. Good morning, back. Good morning, ribs. 3 more. So as always, there's different levels of folks here watching. Ahimsa means non-aggression. We never want to be aggressive with ourselves on a yoga mat. If we're breathing choppy, or more importantly, holding our breath, it means you're out of your level. It means you need to back off and go to an earlier level. Coming back to your neutral spine, hugging in. We're going to take both arms reaching forward, but pull the shoulders in, right? Pull them in. And then we're going to drop the left arm, cross over, shoulders plugging in, but then clamp that arm down and just feel that movement, right shoulder blade moving away from the spine. And breathe right into the spot between the shoulder blade and the spine. Head sits right on top. So we never have to chase a yoga pose. We never have to chase it at all. It just opens to us when we're ready. And so the practice is finding your personal yoga edge. Where do you feel sensation but not pain? Where are you challenged but not overwhelmed? And finding that spot. Today is different than yesterday. Yesterday you might have been able to do a certain pose. Today it's just not available. Cut off this video here. Okay, and release. And just roll those shoulders. Feel them moving. Do you feel any different? Do you notice any different between the right and left? Let's try it again. Unplug and then plug, cross it over, clamp it down, and relax it, bringing attention to the left shoulder blade and spine. We're activating that ujjayi breath, that noisy sound. Ujjayi being that victorious breathing we do in yoga. It helps us stay in the moment. We can't be thinking about what we're doing or worrying about the world or doing any kind of leaving when we do the ujjayi breath, because it makes us stay in the present moment where there's nothing to fear. I'm here. I'm right now. I'm here. And I'm right now. Last breath here. Beautiful. And release and go back to rolling those shoulders. Rolling those shoulders. Interlace your fingers behind your back. If you're working a little deeper, maybe you'll touch the palms together, maybe not. Anchor your sits bones, the bones you sit on, and just start to lean forward a little bit. Keep pressing the hips down. Drop your chin to your throat and just breathe. If you wanted to go all the way down, you could. It's so nice to be here with you guys. I'm so grateful we have these tools, right? We can physically move our energy through the body. We can decide what we want to be chattering about in our mind. Just keep bringing it back. Don't look at your dust bunnies. Don't think of what you'll do later. Just stay right now. 2 more big breaths. And beautiful release. Wonderful. Okay, so we're going to take our hands and knees. We have our blocks nearby, and if you don't have the blocks, you can always use pillows. Spreading our fingers, equal space between each and every finger, including the thumb, right? The thumb's not more off than anybody else. Really pressing into the thumb side of the hand, pulling that belly in, and just start to move your spine. This cat-cow. Moving any way you need to. And when you're ready, curling your toes under, downward facing dog. Good morning. Good morning, head. Good morning, neck. See if you can release all the tension. Gently pressing those hands, those fingertips to the floor, lifting the palms though, feeling a sense of like you're on a trampoline, you're pushing down, but you're also lifting up, feeling that opposing action. I'm pressing into the mat, but I'm floating my pelvic floor to the ceiling. 2 more deep breaths. And then gently come down, bring your knees down, find broken toe, curling your toes under, and sit back here for a moment. So today we're going to be doing vinyasa flow, and I just want to give you a couple of options. Depending upon where you are in your body this morning, you may not want to be doing all the vinyasas. So let's play with a couple options. Curling your toes under. So first is downward dog. You can come into a plank position and hold here. 10, 9, 8, 7, that for hold 10 seconds. Okay, head is a part of the spine. Don't let the head drop. You're really floating, pulling up, nice and buoyant. Okay, so that's option 1. You can do that anytime you want. Option 2, come into a push-up position. Bring your knees down. So notice I'm not in tabletop. I'm in more of an incline, and I'm holding here. Okay, my inner thighs are rolling up. I'm not sagging. I'm really lifted, really floating. And you could take this. Those of you wanting to play, you could touch the ribs to the elbows to the ribs, and then back to the downward dog. Or the final one, pressing through the thumbs. Push-up position, chaturanga, lowering down. Inhale, cobra or up dog, and then exhale, downward dog. So whatever variation of that you want. Let's bring our knees down. Broken toe again, and pause. Was that fun? All right, let's do it again. Here we go. Hands and knees, tabletop, belly lock is engaged. Curl our toes under. And plank, holding it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, downward dog. Just imagine you're taking your body for a really fun ride. Okay, second round, push-up position, knees down, lock your belly in, and slowly tap the elbows to the ribs and up. Again, 2. Again, 3, and downward dog. Last one, full vinyasa, or do an earlier level. Here we go, lowering down, cobra, or upward facing dog, all the way to downward facing dog. And when you're ready, gently walk your feet forward, come to that standing forward fold, and just remind yourself of what you're doing here today. What do you need? What do you need from these wonderful tools that you have? And slowly come all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Okay. And release. All right, we're going to do 3 sun salute A's in those vinyasas. Feel free to make any variation that you want, the plank, the up dog, or the full vinyasa. Okay, so here we go. Standing a nice tall mountain, feet are hip distance apart. Zip up your fly here, pubic bone and navel, not clenching the glutes, but tilted. Arms are down by our sides. Head is sitting right on top. Feel yourself being held by the floor. Feel your mountain. Feel your mountain strong on the outside, but really soft and graceful and flowing on the inside. All right, 3 sun salute A's. Take a break if you need it. Here we go. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, half up. Exhale, downward facing dog, push up position. Exhale, whatever variation you want. And downward dog, 5 breaths. This is yours to play. You can walk the dog. You can do leg lifts. You can move your hips. I can't see you, so you can do whatever you want. You can stick your tongue out. You can make crazy faces. 1 more big breath. And then exhale, walk or float your feet forward. Back to your standing forward fold. Strong, powerful legs. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Greeting the sun. We have a whole new day. Inhale, upward hands. And exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, nice flat back. Exhale, step it back through the vinyasa, or you could just stay there in your downward dog. You can do any variations you want here. Just feeling your body in space, feeling your body in real time. 2 more deep breaths. There's a strength, but there's also an ease. Bending your knees. Jump, walk, or float your feet forward. Exhale, forward fold. Strong, powerful legs. Inhale, sweep it up. And exhale, reset. Make any adjustments you need to. Last round, here we go. Big inhale. Reach it up to, really reach it up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway up, nice flat back. And exhale. Push up position, hold for 10 seconds, or coming through your vinyasa. Playing however you want to. What do you need? What do you need? Find it. Good. On the next exhale, jump, walk, or float your feet forward. Back to your standing forward fold. Relax here. And then sweep the arms up. Big inhale. And exhale. Reset. So if you have 3 blocks, we're going to use them. If you don't have 3 blocks, then you can just use 2. Or if you have a chair, you can do that. So I'm just going to show it to you if you have a chair, but don't stress. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a block and then 2 blocks. So we'll play like that, 3 blocks. 1 foot will be on the block and 1 foot will be off, and then these are for our arms. Or you can do it without the foot block and just play like that. Or you can take 1 foot block and use your chair to hang on to. Okay, so you decide what you want to do. The most challenging, of course, would be the 3 blocks, but I know not everybody has that. Okay, so all we're going to do is just check. We're going to just check on our hip. So we'll take the right foot on the block and double check how you're striking. Let that foot be standing straight up. It's not turned. Okay, it's just nice and tall, looking straight forward. And we're going to bring our left foot equal, so our ankles are equal, and then we're going to put it back down. So just do that a couple times. So instead of going all the way to the floor, you're just dropping it. Double check that your hands are right underneath your shoulders. Just play with that a little bit. 2. And rest, both feet on the mat, pause. Trying to get some length in that area. And we'll gently switch. Take the block to the left side of your mat. Take your left foot up there, finding your mountain legs, so both knees and toes are facing forward, and meet the right ankle to the left ankle and just drop and lift. You're not actually hitting all the way onto the floor. And 3. Get some space there. 2. And pause. Both feet on the ground and rest. Okay, and then we're going to take the block back to the right side, just getting a little bit of action here. We played around with this in another class, but just building on what we were doing there. Find whatever position you are. Take your left ankle up, and we're going to take the left leg up. So we're standing on the block. Our hands are on the chair or the blocks, or we're not using the block. We're just doing warrior 3. Okay, just swing this leg. All we're doing right now is just giving it space. Let gravity be helpful. Come knee to elbow, just play with that. Ujjayi breathing, nice calm breathing pattern. Inhale and exhale. One more. You can feel that right leg really firing up. And exhale, relax. Both feet to the floor and hang in a forward fold. Switcheroo, block to the left. Take your left foot up there, track it so that the knee's facing directly forward. Keep your integrity here. And then take your right leg up and just help gravity boost this. Like just let the leg fall and lift and knee to elbow. Just give yourself some space. Two more big, big breaths. And beautiful, both feet on the mat. You can remove that block and forward fold. Yoga mudra over the head if you want to. You could grab your calves. You could pull yourself down. You could keep yourself in monkey, whatever you need. Just really, again, taking the time to be inside yourself. A true inner gaze, really looking inward. One more deep breath. And strong, powerful legs, strong, powerful legs. Inhale, sweep the arms up, and exhale, reset through our vinyasa, or just stay in mountain pose. Here we go. You can meet us in mountain pose. And gently, everybody now sweep it up into mountain pose. All right, let's dive in now. We're going to take one block to the top right corner of the mat, and we're going to find our way to triangle. We're going to be building this for a while here. Check and see how you're breathing. So it's going to get more and more challenging, and you want to notice if you're going too far. Sometimes it feels nice to just skip the other poses and just stay in the one and play. This is your time to be on the mat. And as always, I'm a guide, but you are your own teacher. So if you feel like something is not safe for you, then of course you don't do it, okay? Of course you don't. All right, you can tell because of the way you're breathing. Calm and steady. Triangle. So we're going to anchor that right big toe down. We're going to find our way to triangle. Some people will have the block, and I'm recommending you use the block today because we're going to be building in this, and it's just a nice thing to do for now. There's hardly any weight in it. It's just steadying you. 5 deep breaths. If you want to take your arm up, do so. You're plugging in that right big toe, but the outer right hip is swirling back. 3. Yummy. 2. Going into Parshvakonasana, really rooting that left foot down. Start to bend that right knee. Bring your right elbow here. Notice that I'm not shrugging. I've got a nice long line. I'm really pushing through that left foot. Holding here for 5 breaths. We don't need to go to the full one yet. We're just going to build slowly. 3. Just feel that outer right hip moving back. The right inner knee moving forward. 2. Now watch your left hip here. Feel what's happening. We're going to turn now, lift the heel and close that hip. So now you're in a lunge. You're dropping the right thigh bone here. You're really finding a lunge. Left hand on a block or on the mat right behind or underneath your shoulder, and we're going to come in to a twist. 5. 4. Find the big toe plugging in. 2. And release. The right hand comes down. Pull yourself up. Open that hip and come on back up to standing. Moving very gently and always moving from the hips rather than the knees. We're going to do this twice more, 2 more rounds. Challenging work, so notice how you're breathing. Here we go. Triangle, second round. We're trying to unscrew our hip, unscrew our ribs, moving tension. Plugging in that right big toe, outer right hip swirl. Driving that right knee, come up a little bit, side angle, really feeling the left ear moving away from that left ankle. Belly lock is on, turning. Feels so good. 4. Beautiful. Start to close this hip now. You're turning that hip. Heel is right above the toes. Some of you feeling more challenged can stay there and just enjoy that lunge. Some of you working deeper will find that twist. So dropping the right thigh and turning your body again. 5 breaths. If you want this to be magical, exhale. Exhale. Use those exhales to wring you out. Beautiful. Exhale, slowly come on back. Being careful with this transition. You can find that nice lunge and then open again. You feeling it, huh? Yeah, it's deep. All right, last round, same side. Triangle. Breathing deeply. Imagine you're trying to spread the armpits. Every time you breathe in, exhale, hugging your spine. billowing out the ribs on the inhale. Exhale, corset. One more deep breath. And bending that right knee, come on up, side angle, a little bit higher here, holding. Here and now, use that Ujjayi breath. Keep yourself focused. 3, 4, and exhale again, finding the lunge, staying in your lunge if that feels like where you need to be, or some of you will turn into that rotation where you're trying to turn your ribs towards that right thigh. Using those big breaths. Last one. This time we're going to bring our left knee down. If you're on the kneecap, drag it forward a little bit so it's off the kneecap, more on the thigh, and just come up and pause. We're going to rest here. Toes are curled under or not. Feels so good, moving. And beautiful. Some of you will rest in child's pose. Some of you will step it back and play with the vinyasa. Five breath rest in down dog or in child's pose, your choice. And when you're ready, walk, jump, or float your feet forward, back to standing Uttanasana, forward fold. Soft bend on the knees. Inhale, sweep it up. Remember why you're here today. Remember what you need. And come on back to mountain pose. How are ya? My pants have turned around. Okay, and guess what? Second side. All right, opening up. We know we have 3 rounds here. Okay, the first thing we want to make sure we're doing is plugging in our toe and swiveling this outer hip. So we're not sticking it out. We're trying to find this opening here, keeping that kneecap over the second, third toe. And here we go. Arms open, tilting yourself over and finding triangle pose. Nice and easy. Is it the same on this side? Does it feel a little tighter? Plugging in that left big toe. Outer hip is swiveling. Two more deep breaths. Good. Side angle. Bend that left knee. Get your elbow up. Again, we're not putting an earring on. We're going to keep that nice opening. And we're going to drag our right ear away from our right ankle this time. Put all that weight in that right foot. Really feel yourself grounding down. Turning the ribs to the ceiling. Trying to create lots of space between the ribs and the pelvis. One more deep breath. And now gently close that hip. Feel your rotation as you close that hip. Some of you will stay here and enjoy this deep lunge. Some of you will take your right hand right under the shoulder and then take yourself into that twist. 5 breaths. Good. And finding that neutral lunge again, strong pelvic lift. Come on back up and we'll set it up for the second round. Okay, here we go. Triangle. Tipping over. 5 breaths. Billowing out the side bodies. Every time you breathe, imagine you're putting space between the ribs, space between the armpits, really billowing out. Keeping the integrity of the big toe, plugging in on that left foot. Any pain in the back of the knee, you'll put a soft bend there. Soft bend now here. Come on up, side angle, Parsvakonasana, and really lengthen out. Using your breath to become aware of the second toe, the pinky toe, the left ankle, like using your breath like a flashlight to shine all the way through your body. And maybe you're feeling more shallow today and you're not going as deep. Find your edge where you are sensationed, but you're not in pain. You're not holding, okay? Closing the hip now, closing that hip, finding that nice lunge, staying there and playing, or side angle, reverse twisting. Good. Last round. Find a safe way to come out and back up we go. How's the breath? And final round. Here we go. Big arms open and triangle pose. Again, you can take the arm up for full triangle. You can bind behind you. You can do whatever you want. Notice the jaw. Notice any clenching around the head like we did at the beginning. Where are you? How are you? This is about self-care. It's not about being aggressive with yourself in any way. So finding a level that works. Good. Soft bend on that left knee. Come on up. Side angle. Dragging. Trying to free yourself. Moksha. Trying to free the way your body is holding. Trying to wash away any bad habits or patterns or stuckness that you've got going on from your sleep or from the day yesterday. Body and mind and spirit. Just clean it out. Ujjayi. Good. Let's close that hip for our third final round here. Finding the lunge or twisting around. Keep dropping that left thigh bone heavy. And gently unwinding that, bringing the kneecap down. Again, drag it forward so you're not sitting right on that kneecap. And then finding a nice little lunge here for 5 breaths. Spread those toes or curl them under. And if you're spreading them, find that pinky side. So you're really keeping that integrity on the kneecap on that right leg. And we'll hold here for 4 more breaths. Feels so good. 4. And beautiful. Push yourself back, step back, hang out in child's pose, or come through your vinyasa. Five breaths rest in child's pose or in downward dog. All right, we're going to settle in now. We're going to do one more big boost of heat, and then we're going to turn over, okay? So here we go. Take your right leg up. You're in downward dog. You're going to take your right leg up, and you're going to step it towards the right hand.
So you're in a lunge. We played with this in another class also. I want to be building on what we're learning. Knees over the ankle, and we're simply going to keep our hands on the floor. You could take hands on a block if that feels like soothing for you. We're going to tap the left ankle. Some of you will be able to hold it and then come back. We'll do that 4 times or 5 times total. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Downward dog. Exhale. Good. Second round, left leg up. Step it close to the left wrist. And again, hands down on the mat or the block or holding. Whoa, 5. I got wire issues. Okay, and 4, 3. Nice and easy here, playing with your balance. 2. Last one, just play. And downward dog. Last vinyasa here, or rest in child's pose. And everybody now finding child's pose. Knees open nice and wide. Pillow with your arms. And rest. Feel yourself resting. Nice and easy. Imagine someone has a nice sandbag on the lower back and pressing that sacrum down to the floor, and you're able to really find a deep release. 2 more big breaths. Nice. Good. And come on up. And we'll find our way to being on our backs. Okay, so feet, knees, hip distance apart. Hands behind your head. We're going to do doozy ones. We haven't done these in a long time. Okay, left leg up. Some of you may want to take the right leg down or keep it bent. And here we go. Crunch to the center and down. Twist to the left and down. Crunch to the center and down. Both heels. Crunch. Stay up there. Knees to chest. Crunch again and reset right leg. Use your breathing, deep breathing. Crunch to the center and down. Twist to the straight leg and down. Crunch to the center and down. Both heels in the sky. Crunch. Knees to chest. Crunch. Reset left leg. And center and down and left and down and center. Both heels. Both knees. Right leg. 4. Center. And left and center and both heels and both knees. Left leg. 5. How's your breath? Keep it calm. Center and left and center. Really zip up the lower belly. Both heels and both knees and rest. Take a pause here. Notice this anchor here. You're not blowing it out. You're pulling it in and your breathing is really calm. This is that moving meditation. We're syncing up the body and the mind, the wisdom and the gut instinct. Really threading those together. Okay, 5 more. Here we go. Right leg up. Center and down and right and down and center and down and both heels and both knees. Left leg. Center and down and left. Elbows are wide and center and both heels and both knees and right leg and center and down and right and center and both heels and both knees. Left leg 8 and center and left and center. I love being here with you guys. And heels and knees and rest. Very good to have everybody together. Hello out there. Right leg, last, no, 9. We got 9. Here we go. Center and right and center and both heels and both knees and left. Last one, center. Make it a good one. Smile while you're doing this one. And center and both heels and both knees and rest. Happy baby. As always, if you're grabbing a part of your leg that's making your neck get torquey, if you're looking behind you, then you need to back off. And just feel yourself here, so held, so loved, so supported here on the floor. Just feel that. Rocking in your baby pose, side to side to side to side. Make sure nobody, oh. All right, and come on back to neutral. Come on back to neutral and pause for a moment. We're going to open that left leg and just close it and open it and close it. Maybe you'll take your arms up and over your head in wild abandon. I got that joke from somebody. It wasn't mine. It's pretty funny though. 4 and close. Other side, right leg. Mary Richards is who I got it from. She's a very good anatomy teacher. 2 and 3 and 4. Just noticing your hip. And 5. Good. Both legs, just windshield wiper side to side. Now, I'm going this fast. How fast do you want to go? You may want to just stay on one side. So always feeling free to modify for yourself. 4. Okay, next time that you're dropping your knees to the right, we're going to hold them there. And then you're going to just lift up the left hip a little bit and then drop it like a hot potato. So lift it up and drop. 3. A really nice way to let go of some stress when you're not rolling around on a yoga mat or teaching your kids is this feeling of like holding and then releasing. So what we're doing is we're lifting, we're squeezing, and then we're dropping it so we can practice letting go, letting go. With clients recently in the last couple of weeks, when I ask, what do you most want? They want letting go. They want to be able to feel relief. And this is a great way to do it is you're squeezing, you're holding, it's tense, it's tight, and then relief, letting it go. 2 more. And last one. How do we know what we are if we don't know what we're not? So when we know how tense we are, we're able to better see when we're not. So opposites, take your legs to the left, please. Lift the right hip, feel that, and then drop about 9 more times. How's it feel? 4 more. And 2.
And good. Now keep your legs here. We're going to roll over to Ekapada Kripatasana, pigeon pose. Keep your left knee where it is. Strong core here. Roll to the side. Notice I'm keeping my head down to the last moment. And then I'm going to come up. And we're going to be right here in pigeon pose. So you could drag that left knee up. If your hip lifts, then I always recommend putting something underneath you. And always being careful when you're manipulating the props during practice. Sometimes that's where people get injured, is they're really full of integrity in the pose and then they go do something else, and that's where they get injured. So just double check that you're keeping your integrity the whole hour, the whole time you're on your mat. So elbows down or on the blocks. Deep breaths. Just noticing where you feel tight. You could take your elbows forward a little bit, bring your hands into prayer, and just rest the third eye on those thumbs. Just come back to your intention. What do you need? What do you need from this class? How do you want to feel today? How do you want to show up for your life journey, this day of your journey? Stay in the moment. Find your ujjayi, that long inhale, long exhale. You got this. So nurtured, so caring. Beautiful. When you're ready to come on up, come on up. Roll to the left and swivel that right leg forward. If it doesn't feel good to transition like that, then of course you don't, right? You make your own way. And now we're going to go to pigeon on the second side. It's a whole new side, so we have to start from the beginning, see how it feels. Again, if the hip comes up a little bit, putting a block underneath it or a blanket or a pillow, just so that we don't have the pressure on that knee joint. Using the breath like a flashlight. Where do you need the attention here? Where do you need the release? Again, maybe the thumbs come to the third eye as you reground that intention, that mantra that you said. Deep, nurturing breaths. As I often like to remind folks, if you're just staying in the physical alignment of the pose the whole time, you're never really getting to the practice of yoga. So once you put your skeleton in the physical position, there's the next step is to see if you can let go of the need to control or fix or change. Just allow your body to melt inside that puzzle piece. In other words, let your body's wisdom guide you. Once you put it in the safe alignment, let the body's wisdom do its work. It's so intelligent. practicing this very deep listening to the body. 3 more breaths. Very nice. Slowly start to come up. Start to bring your legs together. And start to sit up nice and tall. Nice and tall. Finding a comfortable seat. Maybe you're sitting on something. Maybe not. Head is sitting right on top. Roll your shoulders. Gently closing your eyes. And just noticing any shifts that have occurred for you from where we started to where we are now. So gently closing the eyes. Noticing the rhythm of your breath. Where it goes, where it doesn't. And let's bring our palms to touch, please. Thumbs against the heart. And feeling the pads of your fingers touching. After we close up our class here, I'd love for you to take a nice 5-minute Shavasana where you just process the work. It's the most important part of the practice is just to relax and let it all settle in. If you want to talk, if you want to chat and have community, I'm going to turn off the recording and we can sit and visit. If you want to talk to me privately, you can always reach out. But those of you who are concluded after we close up right now, you can just turn off the video and take 5 minutes to Shavasana, okay? So again, sitting up nice and tall, eyes gently closed, tongue relaxed, mouth relaxed. As always, may we sit in a spirit of gratitude, not just when things are easy, not just when things are going our way, but also when things are really challenging, confusing, unknowing, humbling. Can we be grateful for these scratchier lessons too? They show us who we are. And who are you? Who are you right now? Who are you becoming? Deep bows and namaste. Mwah. For those of you who want to sit and chat with us. Those of you who want to go. please take a Shavasana. All right, ending the recording. Bye.